Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here, and today I want to talk about Elden Ring, another game that I am super looking forward to that we kind of haven't heard much about for quite some time, but the reason I want to talk about it today is because the Game Awards are this week and there's a lot of kind of speculation and rumours going around that there's going to be a ton of trailers. I mean, the Game Awards always delivers on trailers, and amidst all of those, things like Breath of the Wild, supposedly a new Smash character, potentially Silent Hills, there are also rumours that there could be an Elden Ring trailer. Quite whether that actually transpires to be true remains to be seen, but either way, I'm excited, so I thought today we quickly round up what we currently know about Elden Ring on the official sources and throw in a few of the rumours that have been doing the rounds. So if you guys do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what you guys want to see from this game, and of course make sure you keep it locked because as and when the Game Awards drop later on this week, we'll have lots of stuff to talk about. So to begin with, Elden Ring, I'm sure a lot of you guys are very looking forward to this one, but if you missed it, this was of course first shown off in a cinematic trailer at E3 2019, which was incredibly cool. Also the last E3 that I had a chance to attend because obviously the apocalypse happened this year. The game is of course being developed by FromSoftware and is being published by Bandai Namco. It's said to be FromSoftware's largest game to date, having an extensive and rich history created in a joint effort between Hidetaka Miyazaki, creator of Dark Souls games obviously, and also George R.R. Martin, the author of course known for the best-selling fantasy series, A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones. Of course, the game itself is confirmed to release on Xbox One, PS4 and PC, but given that we are now in the next generation of consoles, you could of course also expect that on Xbox Series X and PS5. Most likely. I mean, obviously they haven't announced it, but it would be very weird for the game to come out later and not be on the next generation system. So I feel like that is pretty much a given. Now on the official front, in an interview with Xbox after the announcement, Miyazaki answered several questions about the development plans for Elden Ring. The development for the game started just after the development for Dark Souls 3 DLC had ended, which was early 2017. Miyazaki also stated that they wanted to create a new dark fantasy action RPG full of things that they weren't able to do in the Dark Souls series. He also described the genre of the game as being a third-person action RPG, having more of a focus on the RPG elements, unlike something like Sekiro, which obviously had a heavier focus on action. He also claimed that the game will not be lacking the classic, challenging, difficult that FromSoftware games are known for. So for those of you guys looking to, get your butt kicked many times, it's safe to say that's going to happen in Elden Ring. He also clarified that George R.R. Martin's involvement in this project was more so in constructing the overall mythos and the lore of the setting, as opposed to the actual narrative that Elden Ring will follow, which I'm not going to lie is kind of a good thing, because if he was in charge of the story, the game probably wouldn't be out for another 10 years. He also then confirmed that the game itself would be a non-linear, open-world experience in contrast to the traditional Dark Souls flow. In another interview with IGN, he reassured fans that despite the open world, the gritty, intense boss fights FromSoftware games are known for will still be present in Elden Ring, with a wide variety of unique and horrifying bosses for players to look forward to. It was also stated that the reason they went for an open world format as opposed to the kind of traditional sort of Metroidvania-esque worlds that FromSoftware games are known for typically was for three main factors. Number one, it allows them greater freedom to show the game world's lore on a much grander scale, and it adds depth to the exploration element of the game and creates more variation to battles. So an example of this is that you'll be able to traverse the world on horseback, allowing for mounted combat, which is pretty cool. And then even though the world is open, key factors such as towns and villages won't be vibrant, welcoming hubs like in other games. Instead, they will still be the dark dungeon-like ruins that you have come to expect. So, don't expect like some bright, vibrant experience. This is still going to be, the FromSoftware experience, just in a different format. Miyazaki elaborated on this point and said that creating a more open game is a big challenge for them, and if they were to add towns on top of that, it would become a bit too much. So they decided to create an open world style game focused on what they are best at, which again, honestly, I completely agree with. I mean, FromSoftware are a fantastic studio, they've done great games before, and largely speaking, sticking to something they know best whilst, dabbling slightly outside those boundaries is probably a safe bet. So that's everything we know about on the official front. But when we kind of turn our attention to some of the rumours, earlier this year, there was a large information dump by a user on 4chan who claimed to have inside information on Elden Ring. Now again, this is of course the part of the video where you take it with a massive grain of salt because anybody can say, hey, my uncle works at FromSoftware and make things up. But regardless, I want to talk about it because it's still pretty interesting and, something worth keeping note of. And more recently, one of those leaks from 4chan claimed that Elden Ring would be revealed at the Game Awards 2020, which again is Thursday this week, so not far away, and supposedly with a planned release date set for March next year. Now honestly, if I had to hazard a guess, I feel like March is pretty unlikely given that we've seen absolutely nothing from the game. I mean, games are getting shorter and shorter marketing cycles. I feel like a lot of developers are realizing that people don't necessarily want to see a game and then wait 2, 3, 4 years before they can actually play it. So they are getting shorter, but the prospect of announcing it in December and releasing it 3 months later does sound pretty unlikely. Anyway, that aside, they also claim that the game will be cross-gen on launch and will run at 60 FPS on next-gen consoles and PC, also boasting better textures, high resolution support, nothing kind of groundbreaking there, that's kind of obvious. It was also said that the gameplay is much more robust with regards to co-op integration, allowing players to form small parties and explore the open world together. The invasion system is apparently also making a return, with the purpose of your invasion being determined by which covenant you belong to. All this is then claimed to be available via cross-platform multiplayer on PC and Xbox, but with PlayStation users missing out at least at launch, which again is hardly surprising. PlayStation tend to be the company that drag their heels when it comes to cross-platform stuff, but if you at least have cross-platform between two of them, could still be interesting. But for the time being, that is pretty much everything we have. That's a roundup of some of the rumours, some of the official information, ahead of potentially a trailer dropping this week. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you want to see? Do you think this is likely? When do you personally see this coming out? Either way, I'm incredibly excited, and as and when we find out more, as and when we learn more, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, you can join the HyperX Gaming Discord. We've got an awesome community over there with so many different channels for you to chat loads of different topics and different games. I'm in there, the team's in there if you guys want to chat with us, find people to play with. It's just in general a great place to be. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads.